Hello everyone, this is Hank. Today I'm back. We are going to talk about the Canon EOS RP SCN mode, specifically kids mode. Okay, just a quick recap. Um, for automatic, if you just start out or for whatever reason you want to use automatic mode, most people would use A plus mode, correct? Now, the SCN mode is kind of an extension of that. Um, it is still fully automatic, except that it will allow you to choose the kind of shooting that you want to do. For example, you can take portrait picture, sports picture, and today we are going to talk about taking pictures of kids, moving kids especially. So, what you're seeing on the screen is basically a LCD display for my RP, and I have the excerpt for a special scene mode manual. So to activate the SCN mode, um, on the mode dial on top of the camera, you will switch from A plus or whatever mode you have to SCN mode. Okay, and then press set. And you will see that it'll come up with some areas. There are 12 sub modes, and later I'll show you what they are. So what you want to do is to choose the correct one, and today we are going to talk about kids. So we're going to just scroll it down until you see the symbol of the kids there. Press OK. Okay. So and let me show you the 12 sub modes. Okay, so you got portrait, group photo, landscape, sports, kids, that's today. Panning, close up, food, night portrait, handheld, night scene, HDR, backlight control, and silent mode. It is my intention to have a video for every single mode in here. Okay, all right, and okay, let's take a look at the manual for the kids mode. Okay, so it basically says that if you want to photograph the children running around, then use the kids mode. Okay, and it said skin tones will look healthy, so that signifies that the camera is going to set the skin tone to something vibrant, right? So it would be pink, orange, vibrant, so the kids would look healthy, glowing, basically. All right, so that's number one clue. Now look at the shooting tips. Okay, there are two tips. It said track the subject with the ERA AF frame. Okay, okay, and it tells you the key important on, like when you press the shutter button halfway, and then it turns blue and all that. I will show you exactly how that works a little bit later. And then it said that it will allow you to shoot continuously at high speed, continuous shooting, which for the RP allows you 5 frames per second. Okay, so that's what it says. So let's go to a typical kids running around picture. This one I got a free stock image from Pexel. So, so of the two kids running away on the beach. Okay, so once you set it to this, there's a couple of things, right? So if you look to the upper left, just below the kids symbol, you see the AF area, right? So that is basically the square box. Okay, the key thing is that to focus, you got to keep whatever you want to focus in within that square box. So that's very important. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, you press the shutter button halfway. Okay, as you can see that when you see the blue box or blue boxes, you know that focus has been established. Once the focus has been established, you don't want to let go of the shutter button. Then you lose focus and you have to do it all over again. So the key thing is you press it, and okay, once you have that, just keep depressing it halfway all the time. So basically, as long as the square box, is on the kit, you'll be okay. So the subject you want to focus has to be within the box. And two things, right? Subject has to be in the box, and you hold the shutter button down halfway to keep the focus on. And those are the two things that will ensure AF success for you. Okay, so if you go over here, it'll switch over to the other subject, right? And now if the subject running around, you can move and pan after the subject. As long as the square box is within, the subject's within the square box, you will maintain focus, and then you can press the shutter button all the way to take picture. And all of the picture will be in focus as long as you see the blue boxes. Okay? That's a technique. Now, regarding the inner working, if you've seen my SCN sports mode, you see that it's very similar, except that for the sports mode, okay, the shutter speed, instead of 1/160th of a second here, it would be set to 1/500. So the sports mode, you have a higher shutter speed. Now they consider that the kids are just fidgeting around, running around at fairly slow speed. So 1/160th of a second is kind of adequate for it. But personally, if I were to shoot kids running, I would choose minimum of 1/250, but the camera choose 1/160. It probably will be adequate. Okay, and then it will set the aperture to about f5, 5.6, something in that effect. That way, it'll catch more than just one subject, right? So kids sometimes plural. You take multiple kids. So it's set to something. Instead of like setting it all the way down to the lowest aperture possible for your lens, it'll do 5 or 5.6 for this one, and then it'll set the ISO to whatever to have adequate light. Now, as with any SCN mode, okay, even though it's fully automatic, it does allow you a measure of control in terms of exposure control. So if you think the picture is too dark or too bright, you can adjust that by pressing the Q button, and then you move it to the upper right, okay, where you have a minus and the plus, and it'll tell you brightness, dark go to left, bright go to right, right? So okay, I waited too long, press the Q again, and then I can go right to brighten the picture, or I can go left to darken the picture. So that is the control that you have, even though the mode is automatic. Okay, with that, it is done. I would really appreciate, if you haven't, please give me a like and or a subscription. I would be very much appreciative. Thank you.